fielder there at backward point. Looks like it might well be. I didn't see his number. I won't make any claims yet. And we have a long off and fielding. As Van Raj hits that one again to the same field, a little bit more bat on that one. Nice sound off the willow. That's picked up cleanly by the backward point fielder, and that'll be another dot. Fumble, perhaps will they come back for the second? They will indeed. These two national team Finnish gazelles making that one look really simple. And poor misfield by the Helsinki Markos fielder there. He should have been pushing to stop the single, to be frank, and they ended up with 2 runs. Took his eye off the ball, let that one pass his hand, and it'll be now Ghcc to come in again to Van Raj. Carefully guides that one down. Skaman calls him through. Thinks he's down at the danger end. Makes it. I think by the looks of that one, even direct hit probably wouldn't have troubled him there. He was that quick off the mark. Some quick singles gone in. It's good to see. Nice cricket. 50's up as well, I hear. Which, if I was sharper on the commentary, I would have seen myself. But so it's good that we've got a few colleagues in the box this evening, keeping me awake. Scam is to face. Ooh, big flash at that one. Goes past his outside edge. And that'll bring up the end of the over. Scores on the doors, 50 for the loss of 1 wicket, and that would be 7 overs. 7 overs on the door, 50 for 1. What have we got so far on our partner scorers pad? Ghcc projected score 159. Batting teams win probability 53%. Interesting. Partnership of 30 runs so far for these two, Skamans and Padal. 2 colleagues from the Finnish national side that are used to playing together for the last few years. I have to say, from a viewer's perspective, there's probably around about 25% less in terms of mass of the 2 of them all together. If we calculate the number of kilos that these chaps have lost in the off-season. Under the lash of the S&C coaches of the Finnish national side, thrashing them out through the snow, the galing winds, forcing them onto the streets, running, and a bit of CrossFit in between. There's 96. Rizwan Ali continues. Padal faces him, pulls him away, doesn't quite make full contact with that one. I thought then for a minute that the field was going to be in business, but a couple of bounces before it gets out to the backward square leg fielder, and they come through for a single. Taking the score to 51 for the loss of 1 wicket. Absolutely gorgeous evening here. Guaranteed to be even hotter tomorrow, so here we go, continuing to Skamans, and again, short, he's just dabbed that one. Ooh, dear, one has to say that third man fielder was in business there, but for some strange reason, I don't know what that was. Did he misjudge it, or did he not want to go for it? Viewers can make up their own mind. No doubt the camera followed that one all the way down. Skamans gets away with one there, really. Uppish glide, which perhaps he should have either punched or left them totally. Continues to Van Raj. And that's, yep, wide is the signal. That'll be another one to the total. A little bit wayward, this young bowler. Nice little rhythmical action. I think, as I said earlier on commentary, it reminds me a little bit of Jimmy Anderson on his through the crease approach, looking down at his feet as he releases the ball. Comes in again now to Van Raj. Full ball. Smashed that one. Got what it deserved, I have to say. Creamed it over extra cover. Not giving his national team colleague, Mr. Zia Rehman, on the ring any chance whatsoever with that one. Literally just turned around and watched it as it flashed over the boundary. Lovely shot to a bad ball, that has to be said. Full toss, got what it deserved. Number 96 continue, right arm over the wicket to Van Raj. Getting his eye in here with some of this stuff. Glides it down to the third man. They're going to come back for a 2. No. Good arm. Returns that one to the keeper, and they'll just take a single, bringing Skamans back onto strike, and we have 2 balls left in the over for him to have another look at. Number 96, Rizwan Jimmy Anderson Ali approaches the wicket. Nudges that one away and calls him through a quick single. Ooh, yep, I was going to say the fielder was in business there, but another fumble. Greasy fingers for these Helsinki Marcos fielders this evening, it seems, in the ring. Not too many clean grabs. That's the batman off. The batter's off there for what could have been a chance, but as it was, single onto the score. No problem whatsoever. So it'll be the last ball of the 8th over of the innings to Vanraj Singh Padal. That's a better delivery. Straighter ball. Van just guides it down to the fielder again at a backward point, and that'll be the end of the over. Bowler number 20 to continue from the Burton end. Looks like the chap that was down at 3rd man last over that didn't really look though he was interested in going for that catch. That Skamans skied off that short ball. That'll be Iatazaz Hussain to bowl the 9th over of the innings, I believe, as he looks at the scorer for a nod and gets one in return. Bit of a scratchy approach, decides to curtail his run-up. Coming in again for his first ball to Skamans. Loopy, lobby, something or other right arm over. Have another look at one before I describe what that was. But anyway, it's a single. Skamans then dabs that one nicely through mid-wicket. Easy one there. Couldn't make his mind up what to do with that one. I think that much time to think about it. So let's see what Mr. Hussain is going to deliver next. Ooh, down the leg side, just flicks off the keeper's pad, I think that was. And it's a wide as well. Yep. So they'll take one run in addition to the wide. That flicked the keeper's pad, just took the zing bails off and carried on behind the keeper, and they'll come through for another single to the total. 2 wides, taking us to 62 for 1 currently. Skamans to face. Ooh, nearly guides that one. As again, a little bit of commentator's curse going on there. I've just said to him a couple of overs back that he's giving it full face guide past the 3rd man fielder. He's almost guided that one straight to the keeper's gloves. It's not what the doctor ordered. Continuing to face Skamans now closer to the fielder, who's a bit sharper to this one. And there's no run. Well fielded. Straight back into the keeper. That's how we should have fielded the previous one. So I'll be pleased with that, no doubt. To continue to Skamans. Ooh, he's mullered that one. Is it going to be? No, it's again a couple of bounces short of the fielder. Skamans gets away with another one. Can't help but he's running a bit of a risky line here. If he's going to pump that one, then pump it hard. Otherwise, roll over the wrists, play it along the ground. That's what I'd say. What would I know? I was a seamer. Anyway, that's Vanraj Singh Padal to continue to face. Has a little nurdle. Yeah, not far enough. Didn't get enough bat in that one. Keeper just comes round, gathers and avoids the single being scored. So that's another dot. And correct, Faisal. Yep, the grass has indeed been mowed, and it is notably faster. It's sunny and dry as well this evening, so I think we'll probably see it get quicker as the evening goes on. As Vanraj then takes a risky single. Ooh, dive and just makes his ground. There's going to be overthrows here. Manages to get himself up. Down the other end. They're going to come back for a 3rd. Yep. Skamans will no doubt take note of that he's certainly made the 3 quicker than his partner there with the dive. Have a bit of an adjustment of his kit. Be interesting to see the replay on that one as to how close the run out would have been. Bit of a risky one, a good throw. Ooh, yeah, it was there and thereabouts. There and thereabouts, just getting in the dive. I think a direct hit might have seen that one in vain, but unfortunately we haven't got a 16 camera production that I could actually look at that one on the replay here this evening. And then with the nobody backing up at the bowler's end, so we had 2 overthrows, so 3 runs at the end of that over. 66 for 1 being the scores on the doors at the end of 9 overs. Number 7 to continue, which is Mr. Muhammad Kashif, bowling his right arm over as Empire Lions batter Vanraj Singh Padal adjusting his equipment after that desperate dive, that last ball of the previous over. Let's hope he's got all of his accoutrements in order. 37 off 34 balls with 5 fours so far this evening to Vanraj. Guys, that one away. Lovely little shot, yeah. I have to say, I think these Greater Helsinki Marcos fielders need to be thinking about this. Where's the skipper? These guys are just guiding them to players on the ring that are not cutting off the single. Have to be sharper. Number 7 to continue to Skamans. This time, yep, fielder gets round quickly enough. That Vanraj sent his partner Jonathan Skamans back because there's no single there. Dot ball. So it'll be Kashif to continue. There we have. There's a bit of a play repeat going on here. The Empire Lions batters quite clearly just happy to dab to the inner circle fielder, and either side of them come through for the single. As I suspect that was a Finnair jet that just went past over ahead of us. Whoa! Vanraj advances down the wicket. A little bit of premeditation again, and the field doesn't take that one cleanly. They're going to come through for the second. Always a 2 on there if he didn't gather, and sure enough, fielder didn't gather. That looks like number 00. Unfortunately for him, without the 7. Mr. Asad Ijaz fumbling in the field as that's Vanraj Singh to continue. Guides it this time straight to the field rather than either side of him. That'll be a dot. Skamans with allowed no call to his partner. Good little partnership being created here. The guy's not ball watching too much. Placing the ball nicely on the other side of the fielders, and that'll probably be another wide. And Raj tries to guide that one around the corner, but it was too wide for him to get any contact on. There'll be another wide added to the total. Takes the Empire Lions to 71. What will be the last ball of this over? Legitimate ball of the over. Oh, here we go. As soon as I said that they were taking these tight singles, then have a bit of hesitation. Ball straight to the inner circle fielder there at point. And there was a yes-no. Fortunately for the Empire Lions, not a sorry, but a yes-no and then another no. And they didn't go through for the single. That'll bring up the end of the over. Scores on the doors. Halfway point through this innings, 71 for 1 with a projected score of 155 at the moment. I'm reliably informed. Batting teams win probability 51%. I always figured out that algorithm, but somebody far smarter than I. 7.1 is the run rate at the moment. That'll be number 20 to continue from the hallowed Burton end, Mr. Hussain. To Jonathan Skamans, who pumps that one nicely then past the left arm of the bowler. Long off fielder, a little bit slow coming in, and Vanraj decides to take one on the arm and gets one on the arm. That'll come through for the nice single, nice 2. Number 28, who I believe is Mr. Sohail Amin here at long on. Not cutting that one off quickly enough. Adjusting his field then slightly here, leaving the long on 3/4 of the way out. Skamans continue to face, tries to guide that one around the corner. And not only tries to get any bat in that, let's see the umpires. Oh, yeah, he's He's given it wide. 1 run taken on the wide, so that'll be 2 wides to the score. Vanraj to continue facing. Ooh, guys, that one down. Skame is coming to the danger end. Looked as though, yeah, that was a bit of a dodgy call. I think that in trouble at either ends, whichever one they'd chosen. Quite clearly, Vanraj not expecting his partner to call him through. Keeper had a shy at the striker's end, his end, and Skamen's is still there. Vanraj Singh as well. So all things happening here down at the Caravan National Ground this evening. As number 20, Mr. Hussain, will continue. Skame is facing. Guys one, and there's another fumble. Goes past this square leg fielder. Buttery fingers on offer this evening by the looks of it. That's another easy 2 for the batters as soon as that passed the inner circle fielder there at just forward of the square leg umpire. Really should have cut that one off in any game of cricket, let's face it. But they'll get 2. Skame will be pleased about that. Continuing. Dabs it down again, this time the short third man backward, sort of backward gully, pointish, not quite point, backward point position. Quick enough onto the ball this time. That's another dot. Skame is to continue to face. Slaps that one between point and extra cover. Easy single. Number 18, his national team Bears colleague, Mr. Zia Rahman. Awake to what was happening, but couldn't stop the single. Ball passing him to his left, and that brings Vanraj Singh onto the strike. Bit of field changing here as the long off then comes back, nearer to the boundary. And that's, well, got what it deserved, but there's a fielder out there. He's going to take one on the arm. No, not this time. The call is no. Probably the right call, I think. Not exactly a rocket arm out there, but not too bad an arm either. So they'll just satisfied with the single. They'd be disappointed not putting that one away, I think. All the time in the world. Short rank delivery, looking to be hit for the boundary, and only managed to get a single. Taking the score to 80 at the end of the 11th over. Run rate of 7.27, I'm reliably informed. Number 7 to continue from the Burton end. Mr. Kashif, right arm over. Oh, has he caught that one? Is he going to make it over the fielder? Oh, and the long off fielder drops him. Didn't quite get enough beef on that one then, Vanraj. You're going to go for those one, follow through, hit it properly, don't tap it. Got away with it this time though. Number 28, dropping him just short of the boundary. Wonder whether that'll be a costly drop. Skame is to continue facing. Comes through for a quick single again there. Wonder whether there was any bat on that one. No, it must have been. I thought it was going to be leg byes there for a second, but no. Caught a bit of bat. Skame is taking the single. Off the second ball of the over. Vanraj being given one chance this evening. Let's see how he develops his innings from here. Quite clearly premeditating, not quite sure why. Wasn't really there to be hit. National team coach, no doubt, watching this one, making notes. No need for that at this point of the innings, to be honest. My humble opinion, of course. Viewers may be of a different opinion. To continue. Yep, little guide around the corner from Vanraj. Keeper couldn't quite get it cleanly. Skamen's coming through for the single easily enough. Leg byes. No bat on that one. Leg byes. Onto the score. On round is Kashif, that's coming into Skamen's facing now in the next delivery. Again. Ooh, I was just about to say that looks as though he's going to clear that short third man fielder who juggled, parried it, and managed to hold on. So that's Mr. Azaz Hussain. That's the bowler of the previous over that takes that catch. So Skamen's has to depart. which will bring number 19, his national team, another national team colleague, Mr. Shoaib Tahir Qureshi, to the wicket, a new recent transfer to the Empire Lions. Skamen's ending up with, let's have a scores on the doors. What did we end up with here? Whoa. 21 in 33 minutes from 23 balls. Nice little knock. Didn't quite look as though he was ever really in, to be honest. It's a little bit scratchy, a little bit edgy. A couple of nice shots, but a fair bit of premeditation going on here at the moment. Don't think it's really required at this moment in time. Both batters, actually. So that's going to be the batters crossed. That's number 7, Kashif, to continue. Took the last wickets. Van Raj will face. There's no run. And there's the bowler. Follows through, gathers the ball cleanly, and the call is no. That'll be the end of the 12th. Batting team's win probability has gone down by a single percentage point to 50, so we are a 2-team game here. I still reckon that my prediction of either the Empire Lions or the Greater Helsinki Marcos as the winner this evening is still on. I wonder what the odds are on a tie. There we go. Number 20 to continue. It'll be Mr. Iatazaz Hussain to bowl what will be his 3rd over. Figures of 2 for 15. No wickets so far this evening. It's Shoaib Qureshi to face his first ball of this innings. Lobbed up again just outside the off stump, and Qureshi then dabs that one wide to the left arm of of the long-off fielder that's coming in to just outside the ring to make sure that the batters didn't come through for a 2 at least. They'll take a single. Qureshi off the mark. Single to the score. Qureshi moves on to 2 from 2. With his partner, Mr. Van Raj Singh Padal, the opener for the Lions this evening, on 45 from 46 balls, so just shy of a 100 striker himself. Will face the next delivery from number 20, right arm over from the Burton and Mr. Hussain, continuing. Loopy delivery straight to Zia Rehman at short extra, and there's no run there. Manages to field it cleanly. Van Raj Singh Padal to continue. Gives a bit of width, swipes at that one. Again, just to the cover fielder outside of the ring, and they'll take an easy single. Cleanly fielded. There was no question about there being a 2 on there. That'll bring us to the end of the 13th over, with the score currently on 89 for the loss of 2 wickets. Let's have a quick look at the feed. Anything interesting going on? Important that cricket is spreading. For once, I have to agree with you, Vinny. Exactly the issue here. Cricket is spreading all over the place. From Vanuatu to Finland. Of all places. Not quite sure whether there's too many countries that are further away from each other in the wonderful world of cricket, but it'll be number 18. National team, mainly middle order batsman in the national side, Mohammad Zia Rehman, who on commentary the last game that he turned out, we saw all sorts of shenanigans, wides, hitting helmets, all sorts of interesting signals going on and runs being scored in all sorts of strange places. So let's see whether he's been working on his bowling in the last few days as he approaches the wicket. Vanraj Singh facing. Ooh, doesn't look as though he's been practicing. Too much by the looks of that one. Rank delivery down the leg side, short, wide. You'd have to say that if the umpire had it in the powers that he'd given that more than a single for the wide. It certainly deserved more than a single. Horrible delivery to start. Let's see if Zia man can get his act together and put the ball in the right areas. First legitimate delivery. Nope, down the leg side. And Raj then guiding that one, just the backward square leg boundary fielder coming round, stopping the 2. Nice clean gather, and that'll take Padal to 47 off 49. Bringing his partner, his relatively new partner, Shoaib Qureshi, to the crease to face his 3rd delivery of this innings. Yeah, another one, short, wide. Ugh. Asking to be hit, and it was. Fortunate that he didn't put more on it than that early on in his innings. I have to say that was asking to be slapped to the boundary, but the single will be recorded. So Qureshi moves on to 3 from 3, bringing his senior opening partner to face Vanraj. All right, I'm over. Just guided that one. He's going to come through. He's calling through, and pressure on the fielder there, and the pressure shows. There's a bit of a fumble, doesn't manage to gather the ball, and the batters then come through easy enough for a single. Qureshi putting in a bit of a dive there at the end, thinking that the fielder was going to collect that one. He didn't. And that's an easy single at the end of the day. So Qureshi reorganizing his equipment after that dive into the crease. Gives Rehman brighter at the moment. 6 from 6. Let's see what he does with this one, new bowler. Thought if Mr. Rehman, probably thinking about all of that short rubbish that he was bowling in the previous over, not focusing on the ball, doesn't manage to take a clean grab, and they come through for a single. And on 48. Facing, I mean, what's he going to do with this one? He just guides that one away. Says, wait, first there's a call, but he realizes it's in the gap. That takes him to 49. Nice little guide through to. He gets a nice full toss, and he's going to be happy with that. He certainly would be happy with that, because that brings up his 50. Couldn't have asked for a nicer lollipop to bring up a 50, and he raises his bat to the scorer's box, acknowledging with the green light. $50 runs scored. I'm not quite sure if we've seen too many 50s in this T20 FPL so far this season. We've seen some in the T10, but I'm not quite sure in the T20. We'll have to have a look at that one. Not sure whether any of our viewers could give their opinion on that one, but there's a single to Qureshi as he punches. Well, I seem to have said that a few times this evening, which off 20 would take us to 140 with a Ghcc projected score of 148. Ghcc quite clearly thinking that Rehman is not going to bowl the same bag of bits and pieces that he bowled in the last over. See whether he gets his length sorted out now as he comes into Qureshi. I think that's facing, yes, Qureshi's facing, no, he doesn't. That's rank again. That's got what it deserved, you have to say that. I think Qureshi must have been listening to me in the previous over. Pumped that one away to the square boundary fence, square leg side, square leg fence. That's 4 runs, there's no fielder down there. Don't even have to think about a run. Faster outfield this evening, and lovely glide to what was let's face it, a rank delivery, but still got to put it away, and the batsman obliged. That takes Qureshi to 17 from 11, so his strike rate now up above 150. He'll be pleased with that. Trying to get himself settled. Rehman to continue. Yep. Slightly better length, but not good enough to. And are they going to come back for a second? Yes, they are. Qureshi scampers through. Again, another product of the national Finnish men's, the Bears national squad fitness program this winter for all of these guys. Looking sprightly between the wickets. Not much more of a pre-season, I have to say, apart from the running. So cricket-wise, maybe a bit of a struggle, but they're fit. That certainly looks that way at the moment. Again, Rehman with, let's have to say, his rank length. It's getting put away, and it looks as though he's not quite got as much bat on that one. They're going to come for 2. They're going to try and get the 3. Yes, they are. Van Raj then calls his partner through for the 3rd to the danger end. Makes the 3rd easy enough. Taking the score on to 114 for 2. That would have been 3 runs scored off that ball, so we missed 111 Nelson off the previous delivery. Dear, oh dear. Sharper commentary in the box. Number 18, Rehman, will continue. His figures get a bit of a hammer here. He's gone for 16 off 9 so far, so let's see whether he can sort his radar out, get that length sorted out. Yep, premeditation from Van Raj, but you have to say that if anything, premeditate what's coming down from Rehman this evening, then he'd be the bowler to choose. Not getting anything in any areas at the moment. Rehman struggling quite clearly. 17 gone off his first 10 legitimate balls this evening of his first 2 overs, which will take Van Raj on at 51 and Qureshi's to face. Ooh, gets away with that one. Another short delivery. He's not quick enough to bowl short. He's not quick enough to get it above the batsman's waist height, really, and should have dispatched that one. A little bit more width on it. Swing and a miss from Qureshi through to the keeper. That'll be a dot, a welcome dot. Not quite sure whether they've seen dot off Rehman this evening. First one, I suspect. Continues. Qureshi to face again. Yep. Pumped away. Badar makes that one easily enough. There's 2 runs. not too au fait with my umpiring and regulations, but I think by the look at the way Rahman's bowling this evening, I'd probably have more people on the leg side boundary. I'm not quite sure. Is it 5? You know, is the maximum, is it? Yeah, I'm getting a nod in the box. The organisation commentators, certainly not an umpire, nor anybody that would have a claim to know all of the laws and regulations and PCs and everything else that we've got going on here this evening. And in any case, I would put whatever that maximum number of fielders out there if I've got Rahman on, the way he's bowling this evening. But he comes to the end of his second over, 19 runs taken off his bowling. 16 overs, 117 for 2 is the score. That's 4 overs remaining at the moment. Projected score of 153. Number 28 to continue, who is Mr. Sohail Amin, the opening bowler, to Padal. Slingy action. Slaps that one past Rahman at cover. Are they going to think about the second? Nope. The fielder manages to come around quickly enough. Bit of a fumble from the bowler, but it's backed up. Fortunately, there's only a single then in this case. Seem to have some rowdy kids on the field this evening. Who's let them in? Qureshi to continue facing. Pumps that one. Doesn't quite get a clean strike on the ball. And then Padal picking out his fielder there here. This number 7, Kashif, comes round from long off. Doesn't manage to cut off the 2. Easy 2 in the end. Qureshi moves on to 26 from 16. Strike rate of 162.5 for him so far. With that's 3.4 overs remaining this evening of the first innings, as Amin continues. Oh, yeah. Nice little guide around the corner. Did he get enough bat on that one? It looks like it's trickling away. Yes, it does go for a boundary. I was just about to say that's the shadowy part of the field, but enough on it to go all the way to the boundary. 4 runs to Qureshi. A little bit lost his balance, it seemed there, but managed to get enough bat on it. Perhaps thinking about some sort of a one-knee sweep shot, but didn't manage to follow through with that, but still got enough bat on it to take it past the keeper and down to the fine leg boundary for 4 runs. So I mean to continue. Qureshi facing. Ooh, approaches, comes down the wicket to the bowler, managed to get enough bat on it. Bowler probably spotted him coming there and tried to push it out wider. Qureshi then reaching to his offside and squeezing that one away past the point fielder for 2 runs. Taking him to 32 from 18 deliveries. 126 for 2 the score at the moment. From 16.4. That means to continue. Slingy action, full delivery. Not quite in the block hole. Looks like Qureshi then took that one on the full and has just come through for a single. Probably a draw, you'd say, in football terms there for the batter and the bowler. The bowler looking for the Yorker, not quite getting it. The batter not also then quite reading the flight and not really getting hold of what ended up being just about a full toss. That'll bring Padal on to strike for what will be the last legitimate ball of this over. Let's see what he does. Premeditates, gets a bit of elevation on that one, just over the ring. Zia Rahman not quick enough to cut that one off and throws it through to the bowler's end, and there's no take by the bowler, and that'll come through for an easy 2 to Padal, and that takes him to 54 from 55. His partner Qureshi on 33 from 19 balls, and the score at the end of the 17th, 129 for 2. What have we got projected? 158, the projected score for the batting team, and currently with a win probability of 49, so that's dropped slightly from the percentage early doors. I have to say that algorithms would be thinking that they should be pushing it further on than 7.59. Score rate strike rate so far this evening. 44 will be to continue, which is Naveed Shahid, the left armer. He's coming left arm around the wicket now to Qureshi. Yep, right in the block hole. Qureshi manages to dig that one out, and there's just a single there as the bowler gathers the ball to his left, just at short extra, bringing Padal back onto the strike, who is currently on 54, and Shahid bowling his 3rd over. So he's only gone for 11 off his first 2. Ball quite tidily early doors. Let's see what his last 2 then look like. Coming left arm round the wicket to Padal. Yep, bit of width. Wristy flick around the corner from Padal. He'll play those until the end of time. Keep bowling it there. He's not going to miss out on those little wristy flicks around the corner, having thrown him quite a fair few in my time, knowing that that's one of his favourite areas. Not giving anything away, of course, to our viewers. Number 44, Naveed Shahid, right arm, continuing around the wicket to Qureshi, who is currently on 34 off 20. Good length again there. It's looking quite clearly. It seems a similar tactic to the one that he employed in the earlier FPL game this week, Mr. Shahid. Nice and full, looking for those block hole deliveries. Qureshi advancing, but advancing to his leg side and not coming straight down the wicket at the bowler, giving himself too much to do, missing the full one. Fortunately for him, it missed the stumps as well, so that's a dot ball at this moment of the innings. Not what the doctors ordered for the Empire Lions, but let's see what the next delivery manages to guide that one around the corner. Is that past the fielder? Yes, it does. Passes the fielder, and that'll be 4 runs. Nice little glide, backward a square, made up for that previous ball that he faced. Pretty nondescript sort of a shot. Lovely little boundary. That'll give him another 4. It's his 4th boundary of the innings, his 4th 4 this evening. 38 from 22 he moves on to, giving the bowler something to think about. He's going to continue left arm around in what will be the 5th ball of the 18th. Yeah, pretty good length again. Qureshi managed to get that one past the Rahman on the ring cover. Extra cover then comes round just to gather that one, and they'll just take a single. Empire batters, you've got to say, and be looking for a little bit more than singles at this point of the innings, especially with both of them pretty well set. The partnership at 53 and just the 2.1 overs remaining. So opening his arms is what we're going to see here this evening, I think. Yeah, there we go. Is that going to clear the field, or is he going to catch it? No, not quite enough on it. Opened his arms, but unfortunately he didn't have enough porridge this morning. Nor enough sleep last night, apparently, with his youngsters. But anyway, a lovely innings comes to an end. Picks out the cow corner fielder. Bit more oomph on that one, and it would have been a 6R as it was. That's 55 for Padal in the book. Caught by number 15, Mr. Gulfam Nazir. Nice little catch, pouched it just short of the boundary. And that'll bring number 32, Yazir Ali, to the crease. Didn't make too many this weekend in the T10s. Let's see if he can do better today. Tends to hit a long ball once he gets in. Probably part of the strategy for the Empire Lions this evening. Put Yazir in to give it some tap for what will be the last 2 overs of the innings. Wickets critically important here for the Marcos. Number 18, well, now that is an interesting decision, isn't it? Wouldn't have been my decision, that's for sure. Sounds like it's commentator coming from the umpire. Did I catch that one? The ramp, was it? Interesting. I wonder whether there's a little bit of banter going on out there between these national team boys. But anyway, it's going to be Rahman continue. Certainly, as I mentioned, wouldn't have been my choice, but there again, I don't know what sort of bowling armoury the skipper of the Greater Helsinki Marcos has got up his sleeve. But as it is, it's Rahman continue. He's got the Jeffrey Boycott style now with the cap on as he approaches the wicket. Yeah, his length has certainly not improved any, so the new style for his approach to the wicket has not changed that. Yazir Ali, however, smashes it straight to the fielder, and that'll be a dot ball. Rahman being given a 3rd over this evening. Let's see whether that is a decision that the skipper's going to rue. He's short of a length again there, but new batsman Yazir Ali at the crease not managing to pump that one away. Better for the Empire Lions, one would think, to get Qureshi on the strike. Just takes a single, gets him down to the other end, which brings Qureshi back to the business end, who's on 39 from 23 balls, and so far looking pretty good so far this evening. Rahman to continue, right arm over. Ooh, a wild slash at that one. Is the fielder going to come around and take that? Ooh, yes he does. Nice little catch. Looked at first whether he was going to make that or not. Number 60, I think that was, if my eyes did not deceive me. Mr. Adnan Ahmad. Are we agreed in the box here? Number 60? Yeah. My eyes don't deceive me. Jolly good. Well, here we go. Now, who's this? Number 33. The one and only. The world's current #1 commentator on cricket, Mr. Richard Savage himself, the savage left-arm batsman. Qureshi having made, what did he make? Scorer kindly obliges. Let's see if the commentator can see it. 39 from 24 minutes and 24 balls. That's an easy one. I couldn't get that one wrong. So it's going to be Yazir Ali to continue to face as Rahman continue. Ooh, a wide slash at that one. Again, Empire Lions not really, I have to say, too much sense about the way they're batting at the moment here. 2 new batters, and they're just premeditating and running to leg rather than running at the delivery. Ball's passing the edge, and that's a dot, something they want to avoid at this moment in time. A slower ball, and he misses that one as well. There's an appeal. I think the umpire looks too interested in that one. And not particularly well disguised slower ball. I think we spotted that one the other side of Helsinki, and we're not even in Helsinki, so, but he got away with it. It's a dot. A dot in the book. Must have been a good delivery. This will be the last, if he bowls a legitimate delivery, this will be the last of the 19th over, the last of Mr. Rahman with the ball this evening, as he approaches Yazir Ali to face. No ball scored. Commentator's curse. Oh, keeper's not able to take a clean gather, a poor throw. No ball is the single, so that'll be a free hit. Managed to avoid running himself out. He did Yazir Ali here, and Savage is going to come down and give him a savaging. Not quite sure what's going on here. Yazir Ali seems to be somewhere else this evening. Not realised that the umpire has signalled a no ball, and he's got a free hit. Let's see what he does with this one. Slaps it, but unfortunately no further than through to extra cover. Savage is going to try and make his ground. Ooh! Fortunately for Savage, a little bit faster than yours truly between the wickets than yesterday, or was it the day before? Day before, at this wonderful Kerava National Cricket Ground, coming back for a quick 2. Richard Savage, not yet faced, will face the first ball of the final over. Ali moves on to 3 from 6. He's had a couple of wild slashes at a few deliveries, and as you can see from his strike rate, only 50. Savage hopefully not in the same test match mode that he was in the last FPL game that we saw him perform in. 16 balls for a single or something along those lines, I remember correctly. If his batting is anything like his commentary, then this one will disappear out of the ground. Let's see who's going to bowl this last over. This number 44. Bowler of the second over. Left arm over the wicket by the looks of it, Mr. Naveed Shahid. Bowled very well so far this evening. 3 overs, 1 for 18. Keeping it tight, good lines, good lengths. Ooh, slap by Savage. Look at that. What an absolute savage slash that was indeed. Is he going to come back for a second? Pushing, oh my word. Bowler fails to gather what was a decent enough throw. And Yazir Ali makes his ground, so Savage will get 2 for that savage slash through the covers. With a strike rate of 200. Wow. What next? He's keeping up with me from the weekend. 2 off my first ball this weekend. First ball of the season, I may add. Oh, chips that one. Looks a little bit like a sand wedge of a shot. Goes to the left hand of Rahman, who was coming round from to Savage, the left-hander, which would be a left mid-wicket position. And he comes through for a single, so that'll take him to 3 from 2. Brings his partner Yazir Ali onto strike. We have 4 legitimate balls left of this innings. 143 for 4 the score on the doors. Yazir Ali doesn't quite catch that one. Just bounces just on the inner ring, and Savage is going to try and make it again. And this time, does he make his ground? Well, I was just about to say he's not made his ground, but he has. My word, Savage with wheels. Look at this. Oh, what next? Is there anything this man can't do? Commentate, run between the wickets like a young gazelle. Made his ground, and that's going to be Ali to continue to face left arm around, this time from Shahid. Clips his pad. Come through for a single as the tens of Empire fans in the ground this evening asking Savage to run through for a second, even though there was no 2 there. That's a leg by, adds to the total, 146 for 4. Savage probably looking like he's going to need some oxygen out there. And his 12th man, and normally the skipper, Mr. Amjad Sher, is certainly not obliging. Turns his back on him. Savage, get fit, he says. I think by the looks of his body language. That's going to be Shahid to continue. And lovely little dab. Is Ali going to call him through for a 2? Yeah, he is coming back for a 2. And there's a fumble. There's no end to what Savage can achieve, it seems, on a cricket field in Finland this summer, 2020. My word. 19.5 overs gone, and the batting team probability of win remains around that 50%. 148 for 4. We've got 1 ball remaining of the innings. 1 legitimate ball of the innings. Shahid to bowl it, and Savage then savages the ball again. And the finger goes up at square leg, and that's run out. So Yazir Ali run out off the last ball. Savage doesn't add to his score. Yazir Ali departs, and that brings the innings to a close for a score of 148 for 4. 148 for 4. I think probably have to agree with the Ghcc batting team win probability of 50%. That's certainly a par score, it seems, so far at the beginning of this season. So I think Empire probably reasonably happy with that. I suspect that they would have liked another 15 or 20 runs added to the score, but still 148 is a defendable total. A little bit short of bowling though this evening, you have to say, for the Empire lines. Their 2 main seamers not in action this evening. Amjad Sher and Mahesh Tambe, both out injured, which one has to say. Savage hitting, Mr. Lovell, yeah, agree entirely. Pick that one up there. Pick that one up very well. Half the job done. As I can hear Van Raj Singh say to his colleagues here in the to the left of the scorer's box here, located at what is a wide long off position to the right-handed batter here at the Caravan National Ground. Thoughts on that score? Let's hear what your opinions are on the ECN network chat this evening. 148. What do you think, folks? Is that going to be enough? Enough to defend? A little bit short of bowling this evening. Looking at the card for the Empire Lions. Let's see what we have. Looking ahead of the game, they've got Raz Mohammed, who will probably open the bowling. Suspect with Mohammed Imran, the vice captain, this evening. Then we've got Shoaib Qureshi, who is a national team all-rounder. He'll probably get a few overs this evening. Abdul Ghaffar with his off-spin, having been pumped all around this national ground on Sunday in the 10-10 against the SKK side. Jordan O'Brien taking him for 37, I think it was, of 2 overs. So let's see whether Ghaffar has recovered from that absolute beating that he took in the 10-10. And who else are they likely to bowl this evening? Skamins is skippering. I don't think it means he's not keeping. Hopefully we're not going to see any of his off-spin this evening. Off-spin. Yes. Empire crumbling. Nah, not yet. Injuries, perhaps, yep. Missing a couple of bowlers, that's correct. Not quite crumbling yet. Could be a cracking finish. Gets